quick response video to a comment on my video about the vaccines, and the person in a comment said that I am showing disinformation or speaking disinformation about vaccines and promoting my friend Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. So I just want to make it straight that Dr. Sherry Tenpenny is not my personal friend. How I do know her, of course, from the website and from listening to her lectures. She doesn't know personally me or my husband at all, although I have reached out to her several times, and I will keep reaching out to her as I want her as a guest on my show, where you could for yourself see how physician can prove to you that vaccines are ineffective and in fact very dangerous and deadly to children and adults. So I hope that Dr. Sherry Tenpenny will respond to me in a very soon future and she'll agree to come on to the show. But I just quickly want to respond to that video that no, to speak about adverse effects of vaccines is not disinformation. Disinformation is what medical community is telling you, what Center for Disease Control is telling you. Disinformation is when doctor pushes on parents to vaccinate their children and not telling them what vaccine can cause or how dangerous the vaccine can be. So this is disinformation, and it's becoming a common knowledge these days. Things are becoming kind of like unlocked and opened and exposed. So you can just Google dangers of vaccines and a lot of articles and websites come out, and then you please sit down and do your own research. And that way you can get educated about this. I have prepared several websites here just to show you example of what you can do yourself. Of course, there's thousands and thousands of them, and I won't have time to go over each and every one and over every adverse effect and everything that is out there and all the studies out there. It takes days and hours of research, but it's well worth it. So I just have a few examples for you here. For example, this particular website here is from vaccines.news from May 25, 2016, where Center for Disease Control admitted that 98 million Americans were given cancer virus via the polio shot. Okay, so CDC has admitted that between 1955 and 1963, over 98 million Americans received one or more doses of a polio shot, which was contaminated with cancer-causing virus called SV40. Now, the CDC quickly took down the page along with Google, but the site was kind of cached and saved to symbolize this grand admission. So it happens sometimes. They have admitted stuff even after 2016, and if you do your research, you'll find out. What are the possible side effects from vaccines? I went to a government sites like hhs.gov, and they tell you all about vaccines here, what kind of vaccines they have, and what can they cause. Okay, of course they're telling you, oh, it's unlikely and so on, but they're telling you vaccine by vaccine what are the mild problems and serious problems or side effects each vaccine. So now ask yourself, if I as an herbalist was going to advise to you to take echinacea for immune system during winter months, and on a package of echinacea would be written, okay, well, you can die from it, there is a chance, or you can have these problems, okay? Once you drink the tea, you can have fever, you can have redness and swelling, you can have soreness, you can have vomiting, tiredness, poor appetite. Well, and if you're one of the unlucky ones, you can even get seizures, okay, or high fever over 105, or it can cause you long-term side effects like coma, lowered consciousness, or permanent brain damage. Would you take the tea of echinacea if that's what was written on it. I don't think so. But yet we are taking vaccines, we are giving it to our newborn children, to our tiny toddlers, and we are not asking what vaccines can do. So yes, as a parent, it is extremely important to check on every side effects and then make an educated decision. So you can go on government websites here. And another government website, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, they will tell you about vaccines, what they contain. Here, they're citing aluminum, antibiotics, egg protein, formaldehyde, monosodium glutamate, thimerosal. And these are just basics. There are a lot more stuff in vaccines that are very, very dangerous. In fact, we're going to talk a little bit about thimerosal. There is a page called Vax Truth. This one I highly recommend. I highly recommend that you go through every single page they have and read articles they have posted here even long time ago. This person by name Megan in August 15, 2011 has done an awesome article on each metal or chemical that is inside a vaccine and what it can cause, and in what kind of amounts are they giving it to you in a vaccines, to your children, that is, and how they deceive you. And she has done mathematical calculations and everything that these particular vaccine ingredients can cause. So here we go, like one example, amino acids and proteins, okay? Albumin is a type of protein. It can cause autoimmune disorders, Addison's disease, celiac disease, okay? Graves' disease, Hashimoto thyroiditis, multiple sclerosis, and so on, really? Then formaldehyde that is inside vaccine, this particular let me see, site here, they were saying that let me find it again, that aluminum is safe, okay? They are just added as adjuvants to help vaccines stimulate better response, and they will talk about how safe it is. Well, this person here has done her research, and she found out that it's nothing even close to safe. Okay, aluminum. Okay, let me just see. If you read this, guys, you're gonna see all these side effects. I cannot quickly just go ahead and find it right now, but for example, formaldehyde. These are the side effects of formaldehyde. Right here, she's citing them. Altered tissue protein, anemia, blood in urine, and so on. Keep going down, up till schizophrenic type symptoms. Okay. Sensitivity to sound, hyperactivity, immune system sensitizer, short attention span. Yes, I was working as a teacher almost my whole life. And this here is definitely one of the side effects that children in America have, short attention span. An even more serious one. So please just go to her website, thimerosal. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one. This is basically mercury, how dangerous this is. And when we go to mercury, you know how some of these vaccines now, it says on it, oh, it's mercury free, it's all safe. And doctor will tell you it's all safe. This is what they told me when they injected my son with MMR. That it was all safe. Yes, my son had got MMR vaccine that was free of mercury. Yet he almost died from the vaccine. So here, Dr. Mercola, excellent doctor, says mercury in vaccines was replaced with something even more toxic. Here, I'm going to this site, VacTruth, vaccine alternative to thimerosal, which is mercury. Okay, what are they putting there? They're putting there, instead of mercury, so-called less toxic substance, okay, 2-phenoxyethanol, 2-PE, Okay, so 2PE is an antifreeze. No. How much safer is it injecting an infant with antifreeze than mercury when both are toxic? Phenoxyethanol can induce blood, kidney, liver, and central nervous system disorders. Well, isn't that what mercury also is capable of doing? Furthermore, antifreeze, if swallowed, can be fatal. So if you swallow antifreeze, you can die. So why would I put it inside of my children and inject it into their tiny bodies? Well, this is beyond me. Unless it's some kind of really evil agenda by pharmaceutical companies. So here we go. These are your vaccines without mercury, just as dangerous. Okay. Now there are some homeopathic alternatives. They're called nosodes, and a lot of people are getting those. They're just called tiny white pills. Here's the picture, tiny white pills. And I have personally given them to my children in the past, especially when we are traveling, just to kind of make sure that they won't get any diseases, and they work great. And I can tell you homeopathic remedies work really well with my kids when it comes to cold and flu. But now they have these nosodes, which are homeopathic alternatives to the shots, and you can just Google nosodes, and it's going to give you all the information you need. You see, even veterinary homeopathic doctors do not recommend routine vaccination, even for the pets, and they are recommending these nosodes. Now, how do we avoid flu shots? There is a lot of research done on vitamin D, that vitamin D can prevent flu and cold just even better than any flu vaccine. And there is a huge article on this on International Medical Council on Vaccination, vaccinationcouncil.org. I will post all of these links for you guys that you can read, and I have tried it myself. My family has used as much as 10,000 to 20,000 units of vitamin D3 to prevent a flu, or we took it in early stages of flu, and it definitely had a wonderful effect. And to children, I just give 1,000 to 2,000 units a day during winter months to prevent the flu, and it does work really good. This is just what happens when you go to Google and you write vitamin D against flu, and all these studies come up. So this is how you can just do it and then go one after another. Vitamin D for influenza. New study shows vitamin D cuts flu by 50%. Vitamin D, your number one way to prevent colds and flu. Okay, so you can do your own research on this. There is a lot of studies done, and it works. Vitamin C, another one, shown to reduce flu and cold symptoms by 85%. And this is definitely true. However, I have found out that the best vitamin C to take is liposomal or lipospheric vitamin C, because if you take just a regular vitamin C, most of it doesn't go into your cells. Only about 3 to 5% of it goes into your cells. The rest gets out of the body. So the best way is to take a lipospheric or liposomal vitamin C, that about 98% of it goes right into your cells, right where it's needed. And my husband and I have prevented a lot of colds that way. When we feel that it's coming up, you know, that something is going on and we are about to get this illness, we take a large amount of liposomal vitamin C, and it definitely works. And in a majority of cases, we're able to completely prevent flu or cold. Here we go. Next. Vaccines did not save us. This is Child Health safety.wordpress.com. I'm going to leave you this link. There are studies done on here how vaccines have not really done much of saving people from diseases, but what did save people from diseases was actually improved hygienic conditions, okay, and better food and more access to fruits and vegetables. And this is, I'm not making this up. These are real studies. They're not shown to doctors in medical schools, and they're not shown this to parents, uh, when they're pressured to vaccinate their children. And this is an excellent site for this research. It shows you absolutely every research about this, and just sit down and study it if you doubt. This particular article here from December 1st, 2014, 53,000 paralysis cases in India from polio vaccine in 1 year. Something that was supposed to prevent paralysis actually caused paralysis. And the article goes on explaining what really happened and how these polio vaccines completely destroyed these Indian children. And these are doctors from India who have linked it to this polio vaccine. So this particular link, I'm going to give it to you. Please sit down and read it. Read it for yourself, study it, and then come with me and we can, discuss this together. But no, I'm not giving you any disinformation. I'm not, trying to speak for a friend. This is something that is reality, that is truth. And as I was speaking about vitamin C, it outperforms vaccines. Natural News is another great source. By the way, Natural News is right now being heavily persecuted, and Google has removed thousands of articles from Natural News, and this site is going through an enormous amount of persecution these days. But they are putting out excellent research articles. And as I was speaking about vitamin C and liposomal vitamin C, the studies, and it's not only colds and flu that vitamin C can prevent in large doses, but even cancer and a lot of other illnesses. And it can be given intravenously inside of a vein in large amounts. They're called mega doses. And it's actually being called as natural chemotherapy because it stops cancer from spreading. So this is certainly very good research that you can do. And there is something that you can be part of. It's called Inner Circle, Natural Health 365 Inner Circle. Now, in this site, if you subscribe to them, it's not that cheap. It's about $23 per month, but you are going to gain an access to an amazing amount of research and information that you just can't find anywhere else. You're gonna get to know doctors, medical doctors, nurses, and other professionals like biologists and so on. And their studies and their writings about vaccines, the truth about cancer, the truth about diabetes, the truth how pharmaceutical companies keep us sick because it makes them rich, basically. And if you go inside of it, like Inner Circle, here you are in my subscription here. I do have subscription to it because I do a tremendous amount of studies on these things. And you can see here vaccine fraud. And under vaccine fraud, you can find an amazing amount of information. Okay, guys, so that was just a very quick kind of a summary, and this is actually a response to the person who left a message for me that I am giving out this information, and my wish is that you do the research and please come to accurate knowledge about vaccines and other illnesses and other drugs that kill us, basically. Okay, there's so much, thousands and thousands of pages of research done. So after you have done all these research and read both sides of the story, so to speak, then please you can come back to me and we can have some more maybe talk on it. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will be back with some more videos very soon.